All right, hey, it's Mike. Thanks for tuning back in. This is my How I Got to 1,000 Subscribers in Under a Year video. Now, this is a baseball card YouTube channel, not a how to do YouTube channel, so I want to start off with a couple of cards I picked up recently. First of all, Jim Palmer rookie. It's in really nice condition. I'm going to send it off TTM to get autographed. And speaking of TTM, whoops. Fred Lynn Rookie Cup autographed. Got this in the mail yesterday or Friday from Mr. Lynn, who's awesome. So this is not only how did I get to 1,000 subscribers in a year, it is also kind of the history of my channel, the first year of my channel. I've got a little bit of a story here. I have a couple pages of notes to go through. All right, so let's get started. First of all, when I started doing this, I got back into cards about 18 months ago, and I got back in heavy. Watching a lot of YouTube channels, card breaks, and pack openings, and all kinds of stuff, and I thought, I could do this. I could have a break channel. I watched a lot of Pac-Man and other people, and the more I watched, actually I did a couple of tests of them, the more I realized a few things. First of all, you don't get your personality in there. And my biggest strength, one of my biggest strengths is that I am personable. I don't have many strengths. One of them is that I'm pretty personable. Another thing that I didn't have in those videos, and I actually posted a few of them and deleted them promptly. This was early July last year. I didn't know a lot about modern baseball. And if you're going to do breaks, you got to be able to pronounce the names. If you can't pronounce the names, you can't be doing it. In my opinion, it's embarrassing. And I don't follow modern baseball very closely at all. I know the big stories, I know the big players, but vintage and junk wax were my specialty. And so I started thinking, well, what can I do for a channel? I really wanted to have a YouTube channel. I really wanted to share my passion for the hobby. And so I went to a card show, which I hadn't done in 30 years, and I posted a video. It was my first real video. It was July 11th, 2021, and it wasn't good. It was my first time doing it. It was awkward. I didn't really know what I was doing, and I posted the video, and then it got a couple of people viewing it just based on the keywords and things. We'll talk about keywords in a little bit. And then I decided I was going to share it in a channel that I'm in. I mean, a group I'm in on Facebook, because it was, I think it was based on a autograph I got of a 1956 Topps Sandy Koufax. And so I shared it in a vintage channel, and like 300 people viewed it within a half hour, and then it got deleted from the channel. So I messaged one of the admins, and he said, you can't post YouTube channel videos to here. You can't promote yourself, although many other people did. So I just decided, all right, well, I've got to find a way to get viewers without cross promoting, or not cross promoting, but promoting in the places where most people were. And by the way, I'm sitting over here because I'm going to put up some, or I probably already have by now in the editing process, put up some pictures here. Anyway. So it was awesome. I got like 300 some odd viewers immediately in a short period of time. And I thought, if I can do this just using the algorithm. I never shared this with my friends, like on Facebook or whatever. So I just basically was trying to gain subscribers via the algorithm of YouTube. So I was posting, and I was putting in keywords, and researching what do you need in a title and in the description and all kinds of stuff. And so I got to about 75 subscribers. It took me, I don't know, 5 months maybe. I bought a collection in October, spent quite a bit of money on a collection, and then I started getting subscribers from that. And then in, I think, December, I did some YouTube giveaways that were, for me, popular. Like 15 comments on a video at the time was amazing. I did that with like a Michael Jordan SP1, And then the next month, because that first one had been so successful and I gained like 10 or 15 subscribers, I did a rare Kobe insert, second year Kobe insert giveaway. And I think I got 25 comments on that one and like 30 new subscribers. So by November, December, I was up around 75 or 100 subscribers. And I had been commenting on Sammy Thunder's videos and kind of getting along with him. And then I was watching one of his videos on the couch one day, and he called me out, or shouted my name out. He said that he wanted to give a shout out to Junk Wax Hero. And I was like, could this be a different Junk Wax Hero? Because I knew that there were a couple of others at the time. And my daughter, who was sitting next to me, said, "Isn't that you, Dad?" And I was like, "I think so." And sure enough, he was talking about my channel, and I was like, "Holy cow, this is amazing!" And I think it kind of started a friendship between me and Sammy, who's awesome. You should go to his channel, by the way, Sammy Thunder Vintage something. His channel name always escapes me. All I remember is Sammy Thunder, and if you search him on here, you'll find Sammy Thunder. And I think he has a 500 subscriber giveaway going on right now. So, so back to what I'm good at. I mentioned what I'm good at earlier, and I want to get into that a little bit. My strength is in relationships, building relationships, maintaining relationships, talking to people. I love to talk to people. And so I had to transfer that skill into this. And so I decided I'm just going to talk to my phone the way that I talk to my friends, my coworkers, my family, and it really worked. And I really started that late in the year. And so I went from like 100 subscribers to 300 or 400 pretty quickly early in the year. It really started taking off around January 11th or so. I posted something, it was the 1950 Bowman video. And it's interesting because the 1950 Bowman video, I wasn't even sure I should post. I didn't love it. There weren't any really good cards that I got. I think I bought 5 or 6 1950 commons just to have them. And then in the thumbnail that I did, and we'll talk about thumbnails in a little bit too, the thumbnail I did I felt was misleading. It showed a box of 1950 Bowman because I had shown in the video a box of 1950 Bowman what they had looked like. I didn't have a box of 1950 Bowman. I didn't have a pack of 1950 Bowman. And so I actually really gave it a ton of thought. Is it right for me to post this video with the box of 1950 Bowman as the thumbnail? Is that misleading? Will people lose trust in me as a trusted YouTuber? And so I posted it. It did okay for a video back in January. I don't know, 50 to 100 views or so that night. Went to sleep, woke up in the morning, and it had 5,000 views or 4,000 views or something like that. And that was bonkers for me. And I had gained like 75 new subscribers overnight. And it continued. It got up to, I think it's up around 6,000 views now. And I probably gained 150 subscribers over the course of a few weeks where that video was really popular. And so it was shocking and made me realize, and it was a very popular video. Nobody was upset, and it got a high upvote ratio, and we'll talk about upvote ratios too. Another thing about my channel is that I show my face, and I think it's important to show your face for most people. There are some exceptions, like Talkin' Ball Cards does a great channel, and he doesn't ever show his face really, but he gets by it because he's very conversational in his videos, and he has an awesome channel, highly recommended. But for me, I wanted to show my face. At first I didn't. I thought, ooh, I don't want to put my face out there for some reason. But I really felt it was important for me. And so that 1950 Bowman video was maybe the first time I had actually looked up the history of certain cards or sets, and I kind of showed a little bit of the history of it. And I went to YouTube and I searched 1950 Bowman. I couldn't find anything, and I thought it would be really interesting to do a history of certain sets, because I didn't find any other channels that were doing that. And that's how I got started doing things like that. And that has helped grow my channel significantly. I'll buy a card, like a 1933 Gaudi, and then I'll show you the card that I bought, and I'll give you the history of that set or that card. And to me, that's really interesting, and I think my subscribers really like that. It doesn't bring in a ton of subscribers, but here's the thing. When you're doing a YouTube channel, you have to think about three things. First of all, you have to get your subscribers to watch, and that is your most important job, is getting your subscribers to watch. Secondly, is you have to get non-subscribers to watch, and that is less important, but that's how you grow your channel, is getting non-subscribers to watch your videos. Then you have to convert those non-subscribers to subscribers. Sometimes people will just watch your videos every time they come out because they show up in their feed once you've watched one of that person's videos. And so some people will just never subscribe. And so that's how a giveaway really benefits a channel, is it gets those non-subscribers to actually subscribe. And I've actually had several people tell me pretty recently that I was the first channel that they ever subscribed to, which is incredibly flattering for a guy who's only been doing this for about a year. So some other things that I've tried and done really well with is kind of doing multiple videos on the same topic. So the first one I did was that Sandy Koufax video. I did the video saying, here's what I got, and here's the story behind that video. And then I sent it off to PSA DNA for authentication of the autograph. And then I did a video of it when it came back. And so 2 videos, both were very, very popular. And I thought, well, this is interesting. You can get multiple videos out of the same topic. So I've been doing that occasionally. I try not to push it. I try really hard not to push it. But one good example is doing a pre-grade video where you kind of guess the grades. You show the cards you're sending off to get graded, and then you show the box of cards when it comes back fully graded. So you get multiple videos out of the same topic. I haven't done that every time because sometimes I feel like it's a little too much, especially if I'm sending off similar cards. It also, doing that, tells videos, because you can do a callback. You can say, remember this video, and then you can do the little up in the top corner. It'll show you. You can actually add in the old video link up in the top corner. It also, new subscribers or new viewers know that this is the kind of content they can expect to get from this channel. If they're there for baseball card videos, then if you tell them, remember, this is from the video I did before, so they know this isn't a one-off baseball card video. Of course, with a name like Junk Wax Hero, it's pretty obvious this is a baseball card channel. Let's actually talk about my channel name. I'm all over the place with this video, but my channel name, so originally I thought of 15 or 20 different channel names that I thought were great. My favorite was actually Pack Morris, because my childhood was dominated by Zach Morris and Saved by the Bell, and I thought Pack Morris would be great for a break channel, for a channel that opens a lot of packs, but I didn't like the break channel, opening packs channel for me. It didn't fit right, like I mentioned. And one day I had been doing a lot of Junk Wax stuff, watching a lot of Junk Wax videos, and I was driving down the road one day when Foreigner's Jukebox Hero came on the radio, and I was singing along, and instead of singing Jukebox Hero, I sang Junk Wax Hero, and I said, that's it right there, there's my channel name. And it stuck. And for a while I thought I would change it because I became more of a vintage channel, much more interested in vintage. But you guys convinced me to keep Jukebox Hero, so thank you for that. I have done so. So another thing that I find very, very successful that I struggled with at first is a call to action to encourage people to subscribe to your channel. And I found this to be vital. I wasn't getting any subscribers initially until I started saying, hey, please subscribe to my channel. Very simple. I'm not the kind of person who's going to be like, smash that subscribe button. I don't do that. But if you just tell people, hey, I've got more content, subscribe to my channel, please. It works. I started seeing subscribers start rolling in when I started doing that. And I put up a little visual. You can see it right here. And it works great. And I also make sure that people know what videos I have coming up so they know what to expect. Like right now, I have a card show next Sunday. I'm going to the National in 4 weeks from tomorrow. Well, 4 weeks from this week. No, 3 weeks from this week, going to the National. Holy cow. So if you subscribe to my channel, you're going to get some awesome content. Card show, card shops. I'm going to do a PSA, my first PSA order in August. A lot of stuff coming out. So also, here's a call to action for you. If you are a subscriber, if you like my channel, please don't just like this video. Don't just comment on this video, but actually go and share this with 2 of your collecting friends. Not this video, actually just my channel. Or your favorite Junk Wax Hero video. Share it with your friend, 2 of your collecting friends, and encourage them to watch and subscribe. That would be awesome. I would really appreciate that. And if you are a YouTuber, comment on this video with what works for you. I still have a lot more in this video, but comment on what works for you for getting subscriptions. Now, if you have a ton of money, it's easy to get a lot of subscribers because people love seeing people who buy a lot of cards. And that's not me. I don't have a ton of money, although I'm certainly able to buy cards fairly regularly. But if you're not a YouTuber and you're just a viewer, let me know what you like in a channel. I'd be really curious to hear that as well. So another really important thing is the thumbnails on videos. And I struggled with this at first. I was like making them essentially by hand. You can see in my first one what it looked like. It was just trash. And those were taking a long time. And then I found a thumbnail maker, and it's actually called Thumbnail Maker app. And I started using that. I also use TubeBuddy, which is like $4 a month, and it's invaluable. It is probably the best tool I use for my channel, TubeBuddy. We'll talk a little bit more about this, but it allows you to make thumbnails right after the video is uploaded. And those thumbnails, I say I'd use at least 50% of the time. The ones with it shows a picture of what I have taking up the entire thumbnail and then has like red or green text over it. That's from TubeBuddy. I also do a little A/B testing, which means that I use a thumbnail, and if it's getting low click-through rate, I'll create a new thumbnail and re-upload the thumbnail over the old one. And that works pretty well. So I'm monitoring my click rate, and if it's under like 10% in the first hour, new thumbnail time. I want my click-through rate to be over 10%, ideally 15 to 20 or higher, obviously, but it's really rare to get above 20%. So yeah, I mean, if your click-through rate is below 10%, your thumbnail isn't cutting it, in my opinion. Now, if you're getting much higher than 20% consistently, let me know what your secret is. I gotta know that. I also use TubeBuddy for tags. So I put in keywords. It actually recommends keywords to me based on the title and the description. And you can refresh the keywords as you add more to it. And it'll give you scores for keywords. It also makes recommendations for other things to change. TubeBuddy, very, very highly recommended tool. And it's cheap, $4 or $5 a month for TubeBuddy. I also do what I consider to be fairly tight edits of my videos. If I yawn, if I burp, if I sneeze, if I give too much thought to something, which I do, then I edit that out. You don't want to see me burp or sit there and go, right? So I just edit that out. So I sit through, like say I've got a 10-minute video. I will spend about 20 minutes editing that video after I'm done with it, just clipping out certain things and then adding in pictures. And that's another thing, I add in pictures to keep your interest. We have a low attention span America, like 90% of my viewers are in America, so I add pictures to keep your attention. This is really important to me. I think it's interesting as I'm telling a story to put those pictures in to add a visual to the story. Posting regularly has been critical for me. I post 3 times a week. Very rarely it's down to 2, and just as rarely it's at 4. back over my Christmas vacation, I probably posted 5 times, which was great. I got a ton of views that week, and the algorithm loved it. It gave me a lot more people to watch my videos, but that's just not realistic for me. So 3 times a week, and I try to keep it on a schedule of Sunday, Wednesday, Friday. Sometimes I'm a little bit off, but for the most part, Sunday, Wednesday, Friday. So what time to post is also important. If I post at 8 a.m. every day, my audience, for the most part, isn't on until like 6 to 7 p.m. or 6 to 8 p.m. So my notification that my subscribers get is going to get buried in other notifications over that 10 to 12 hours. And they may not ever watch my video. Additionally, if your video doesn't do very well over those 10 to 12 hours, then it may not recommend it to the big YouTube audience that hits in the evening on the East Coast, and then which also flows into that West Coast audience 3 hours later. So I try to have my video up by 6 to 6:30 p.m. Eastern every night. 7 o'clock, fine too. But that allows it to be right at the top of my subscribers' notifications when they log into YouTube or when they open up their app. It also, when the notification pops up on their phone, they're more likely to actually be on their phone because it's after work, at least on the East Coast. Maybe they're grilling some burgers and they're just standing there looking at their phone. Boom, they can watch my video. So I get a pretty decent view rate early on in a video's life. One thing I find important is just sticking with what my audience likes. My audience likes vintage baseball cards and some basketball, so I do vintage. I tried doing a ultra modern baseball card pack opening one time. My audience did not like that at all, so I didn't do it again. I do show modern cards if I get them at a card show or a card shop, but that's not something my audience is into. But I also don't know vintage all that great. I know the players. I know the players extraordinarily well, but I don't know vintage cards. So I decided, since I don't know them, I was going to learn a lot about them and then share that knowledge. And I talked about this a little bit. Share that knowledge with my viewers. And that, I think, has been very, very popular with my subscribers and viewers. Another thing is equipment. I use this microphone, which is wired. It's connected right into my phone. That has been a great help to me. I think it was Joe Mapes, who was an early subscriber to my channel and commented on all my videos until a few months ago. Joe, where'd you go? Who told me once that my audio was terrible. And I so appreciated that comment. I immediately bought a microphone and have never looked back since then. I also use this ring light, which you can see in my glasses. I hate that, but it gives me much better lighting, because without the light, it looks like this, which isn't great. Although this is not terrible, but during the day, for the most part, I'm down in my basement and this looks better, I think. And I just use my phone to record the videos. That's it. For apps, I use Mixcam, which allows me to do showing cards I bought at a card show in front of me and show my face, because the app uses both of the cameras on the iPhone. So it's recording in front of my phone and my face behind it. So it gives me that personal touch of showing my face a little bit. I also use YT Studio, which is YouTube Studio, to track my videos analytics and to comment really quickly back at people. And staying active in the comments is so important to the algorithm and to subscribers and viewers. If people are commenting on your video and you're not responding at some point, then it's fewer comments, it's lower engagement, and the algorithm won't recommend your video as frequently as it will if you are actively responding to your viewers. To edit my videos, I use an app called InShot. I started off with Splice, and Splice is great, highly recommended. It didn't do one or two of the things very easily that I wanted it to do, and I did some research and discovered InShot. And so I use InShot now, which has been amazing. Can't recommend it enough. And it's much cheaper than Splice, I think. One thing I find important is failing fast. I have failed on 2 very notable topics. One of them was my Joe Posnanski Baseball 100 baseball card series, which, funny enough, Joe actually retweeted that one, and it got a ton of views immediately, but I messed up and he never retweeted it again. I messed up by actually deleting the original tweet, not realizing he had retweeted it, and so he retweeted nothing. But the fact that Joe Posnanski liked my video was amazing, but my viewers didn't like it. So I did, I think 3 of them, maybe 4 of them, and it was supposed to be a series of like 20 videos. And because nobody liked it, I just said, I'm done. I'm not going to do these anymore. Maybe I'll come back to it at some point and see with a higher subscriber total if that works, if people like it. But for now, the other one is the Trade Up series. I had wanted to start a Trade Up series where I started out with a Derek Jeter CSG card and see if I could trade up to some much, much higher card. That was a really popular concept. People loved it, and I think if I could do it, it would be wildly popular. But nobody was interested in trading. I brought it to card shows. I tried everything. And maybe it's just the card, but trying to trade up, and maybe it was my approach, it could have just been me, I don't know. But I gave that up, at least for now. For me, going into a video with a plan is crucial. I want to know basically what I'm going to say. Now, I don't script my videos at all. Now, I take notes with very, very short bullet points just for reminders, but I do not script my videos. I don't find that personal. Actually, I scripted one video, and that was the history of Bowman baseball cards. And that, I love that video. I want to do more of those. I want to do the history of PSA. I want to do the history of Topps. Was it history of Bowman? Yeah. But those ones are so time intensive, and I've been unbelievably busy, so I haven't done it. But I will, I promise. And that's another thing, is keep it simple. You don't want to overwhelm yourself. I went into this originally wanting to do 3 videos a week, and that Baseball Card 100 Joe Posnanski series was overwhelming, and I found that I was only doing like 1 video a week because of it. And that's not good for your channel. Cross post. I try so hard to post this not only on YouTube, but also to Instagram. I post a card and I'll say a video's up. I don't think that's very effective because there's no link to my video. You can't really link anything on Instagram, at least not in the app, which is terrible. But I also have a Twitter account, but I never ever use it. I hate it. I'm terrible about it. I'm a busy guy. So I also strongly recommend understanding your analytics, using them. I am an analytics guy. I've been in analytics for 15 years or so. So I get these things, and that makes it easier for me. But I think that YouTube makes them really simple to grasp. So I talked about what time to post. That's one of those things that I find important. What's your age range of your audience? Mine is like 35 to 55 on average. And so what are they interested in? Are your non-subscribers watching? And what percentage of your viewers are non-subscribers versus subscribers? I find that really interesting. What other videos are your viewers watching? What other channels are they watching? That tells you what they're interested in as well. For me, it's baseball card collector, investor, dealer, who's the best at this. There's also like the Jabs family, which is not like me at all, at least from the few videos of theirs I've watched. Very cool, just doesn't feel like me. Baseball Collector, who has an awesome channel. They also tell you what people are searching for to come up with your video or videos, which is really, really helpful. So you might see sports card show, and that's how they found your video, or PSA grading, and that's how they find your video. And that kind of tells you what are the popular search terms. One really interesting thing that I've been using lately is what videos were people still watching after 30 seconds. So YouTube says 75% of this video was still being watched after 30 seconds. And so people aren't fast forwarding through it or just stopped watching altogether. And that kind of tells you what type of video. With me, all these videos that are the most popular after 30 seconds are the same type of video. They're me telling stories. They are card show or card shop videos. It's the ones that are the least popular ones are the ones of me showing a lot of cards. People are just fast forwarding to see the next card. While I get a ton of views and a ton of subscribers from, let's say, SGC grading videos or CSG grading videos, people don't watch those at the same percentage. They're fast forwarding through them. So some interesting little things here. My most viewed videos, as I mentioned, are the 1950 Bowman, the CSG reveal, which to me is a hilarious video. It's so bad. And I get a lot of criticism in the comments of that one. Like, and this goes right to what I say about people fast forwarding. People are telling me how stupid I am and how I was the problem with the hobby not collapsing obviously, but taking so long for grading companies to get back to you. I talked about that. I talked about that in that video. So I actually posted the video and I talk about how bad it was and how I'm part of the problem, and then people are commenting, "You're part of the problem, bro." Yeah, thanks for watching. A collection purchase video, grading videos, card shows, pack openings. So those are my most popular. Set goals. I set a goal to have 1,000 subscribers by the end of this year, and I set that goal in the fall of last year. And I said within a year to 15 months I want to have 1,000 subscribers, and here's how I'm going to do it. And I crushed that goal, obviously. And now, can I get to 2,000 by the end of this year? Probably not, but I'm going to go for it. You want to have your videos be at least 10 minutes. I shoot for 8. This one's way longer, but 10 minutes. YouTube loves 10 minutes, will recommend your videos more to viewers if they're longer, because they want people watching longer videos. And last but not least, and this is for me a personal one, unless your focus is on politics, don't talk about politics. I will never mention politics on this channel. You won't even hear any politically charged comments whatsoever on this channel, because I do this as an escape, and I think that most of you do as well. And I don't want to insert my politics and turn people off to my channel, because you're not here for politics. You're here for baseball cards. And I think that politics ruins that escape. I've been on some channels, and most people don't mention politics, which is awesome. But I've been on some channels where they do, and even when I agree with it, I just think, ugh, I don't want to think about that stuff right now. I think about it plenty, but I don't want to think about that stuff while I'm watching baseball card videos or while I'm sorting my baseball cards. I just want to think about baseball cards. So that's it. Let me know what you think in the comments. I really appreciate all of my viewers, all of my subscribers. If you would subscribe, I would super appreciate that. Lots more content coming your way soon. Thanks again.